Welcome to Daily Wisdom, where every single day we seek to take a piece of God's wisdom and then apply that to our everyday life. Have you ever had one of those moments where you were sharing something with someone that was true? You knew this to be true and you were absolutely certain that what you were telling them was true, and they didn't want to hear it. They didn't believe it because they didn't believe you. Or maybe they disliked you, or for some reason they had a grudge against you. And because you were the messenger, because you were the one who was carrying this truth, they weren't going to listen nor believe it because it was you. And that's exactly what was happening to Jesus during his ministry. There were people that he was sharing truth with, truth, God's wisdom, a message of hope. And they didn't want to hear it because it was coming from him. He was not what they expected in a Messiah. And that's why he taught in parables. He taught using these stories that had a moral teaching, because the message was only to be for those who were ready, those whose hearts and minds were open to God's wisdom, no matter what that wisdom was, those who were ready. And he kind of displayed this in one of his more famous parables in the chapter that we're reading today, Matthew chapter 13. The parable of the sower. The conditions had to be right for that seed to grow. This sower, this farmer, was tossing seed on soil that was soil of all types. And all of those soils, none of the seeds sprouted except for the good soil that was ready, because that soil was ready to receive the seed. And that same thing goes with our hearts. And after he told this story, his disciples asked him, "Well, Jesus, why is it that you speak in parables?" And listen to what Jesus said. This is in Matthew chapter 13, picking up with verse 13. "This is why I speak to them in parables. Though seeing, they do not see. Though hearing, they do not hear or understand. In them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. You will be ever hearing, but never understanding. You will be ever seeing, but never perceiving. For this people's heart has become calloused. They hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes." They closed their eyes. Their ears weren't hearing. And that's something for us to consider as we wrap up our week, that we maintain hearts that are softened toward the things of God and minds that are open toward God's wisdom. And I would encourage you to pray as you wrap up your week. Spend this weekend just praying that God helps you to maintain a soft heart and open mind for the things that he cares about most, to make sure that we don't get wrapped up in the things that we think are important, but we are wrapped up in the things that we know are important to God. That's today's Daily Wisdom. I hope you found today's video encouraging. If so, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, consider doing so you don't miss out on the studies we share Monday through Friday. We'll see you on Monday.